Hello everyone, and Happy New Year, 2015. Alright, so first up, gotta show you this guy. Gets into focus. There we go. Nice Broodlord. This is from the Blood Angels versus Tyranid starter box GW just came out with. My friend was nice enough to point out I forgot these little veins up in here that are supposed to match the arms here. But anyway, this video is a channel update, just to let you know what's been going on. Sadly, I left 40K for almost a year. It was once GW started releasing the Knights and allowed super heavies, and I just found the game was getting very competitive, and it was a lot harder to just get a fun game in with the friends. But I am back now. Life's been a little rough. That's why it's been so long. I lost my job, had a long time with no money, hard to pay the rent, blah, blah, blah. But I'm back now. Things are starting to look up, so hopefully I'll have more videos. My painting challenge last year was a definite bust. Just boxing everything up, putting it on the shelf, moving along. But my goal for this year is, well, not to have necessarily big goals. I'm simply going to do one project at a time and share with the YouTube community and just go from there. My main focus is going to be on helping newer players. There's a bunch of new players in my area that are just getting into Warhammer, and just tips, tricks, mostly simple things. Some of them are having problems with simply base coating models, and others know what they're doing, they just want to play games. So my goal is to finish some older projects that I have been wanting to get to and finish for a long time, and just help new players. I will be posting some videos soon. Some have already been filmed, they're just in the editing process, where I talk about starting 40K. Now this could be getting back into Warhammer, or simply if you're brand new and don't know where to start. It's just a quick overview of the armies and selecting an army, what to do from there, and so on. I'm going to be posting videos on progress of projects and thoughts of new things as they come out. And I'm going to be painting. That's my main goal for Warhammer, is to start painting. I've got lots of projects still. A couple friends have been getting together, so we've actually been painting, hence why this guy has paint on him, which is always good. And I have little Genestealer, just simple. The carapace is done, I just have the legs, arms, and head to do. The formation he comes with has 8 of these guys, so I have enough Genestealers to use this head on all 8 of them. So they all, just grab them here. They're all going to be Cthulhu-ish, but I have 8 of those to go with him. He's just really cool model, really like the new build. But some Genestealers on the project, or on the go. My Zogwart, lighting in my apartment's getting a little funky with the sun setting. I have to finish the snakes and finish some basing, but he's pretty much done. Really upset that they took him out of the codex. They dropped my 2 favorite characters in all of Warhammer and re-released 3 models they already had. So that was definitely part of the contribution to why I left. But moving on, he's now just my Warlord or Psyker. If I'm using multiples, he's the Warlord. If I'm just using one, he's just going to look really cool. Then we have my Warboss. In case you haven't noticed, I'm doing orange orcs. Just something a little different than what everyone else is doing. I still have a little bit of work on the metals, right here. Some shading on some of the browns. The gun here needs to be completed. But there's my stock Combi Flamer Power Claw Warboss. And then this guy here. This is an old Confrontation Rackham model, and the arms aren't attached yet, but I'm using him as a proxy for a Chaos Sorcerer in Terminator armor. He's on the Terminator size base, and he just makes a good stand-in for Sorcerer. Adds that little bit of conversions. As far as my Chaos army goes, I am doing Tzeentch themed, or however you choose to pronounce that. And everything's going to be like magic looking. So he's the Sorcerer. Then we have some Grots. I just have the skin on them almost done. This hat done. The gun has been started, but I still have the cloth. Still have to finish the blades. But Grots are so much fun. With the new force chart in the Orc Codex, allowing you to take, or making you take at least one additional troop choice, giving the whole infantry army Hammer of Wrath on an assault range of roll of 10 or more, means these guys have a chance to Hammer of Wrath, which is hilarious because they're just little tiny guys that aren't very strong, aren't very good, but if you lose a guy to them, it is hilarious. So these are just basic guys. We have this guy. The squig is not painted. Well, it has paint on it, but that's not my color scheme. And the goblin on top. Got some battle damage on his helmet. This model is from the Stompa kit, and the squig is from the Fantasy Squig range. That's pretty much it. He just looked really cool as he's riding it. I'm going to be able to double this as a bomb squig for the Tank Buster unit because it's a squig and he's going to, I'm attaching rockets to the end here, so he's going to have like a little mini tank hammer. So he's cool. And then I had a miniature Hulk figurine that my friend gave to me out of like a quarter machine, and I cut him up and painted him, gave him a grot head and legs. So this was a Hulk model. I got some straps to go across those marks. But this is my hulked out grot. Get a little closer. There we go. And he's just funny to see on the table. When I put him down, everyone laughs. It's just so much fun. So also, I'm doing some work for a friend. This is an avatar model from Eldar that he did. This is his paint job, his basing, everything. Conversion work on the spear. And he prefers the models to be, because he's a monstrous creature in game, so we put him on a larger base than what he comes with. And for what I'm doing for him, this is the new base. Got some snow, got some grass. And then this is a work in progress, but this is the, get these out of there. This is the avatar that I'm doing for him. The red is almost finished, and I just started the first coats of the gold and silver, but he's coming along fairly well. And he's going to be on the base, walking, similar to this, and then there's going to be burn marks where he was stepping, so it's like he's walking through the snow, melting it. But, and then the heart, he doesn't really want the heart, so I don't know if it can focus. Just a little marker to make it look like it was cracked, just as a test. He wants it, or I'm painting it up as a gem, so it's just like a heart-shaped gem that he's carrying, and he wanted it to be cracked, so that's what that's for. So those are just some of the projects on the go. I'm going to be doing updates. I'm going to try and do them monthly, but I'm not setting any restrictions. It's simply going to be, I will get to videos when I'm able to get to them. And as I complete projects, or if I need input on what to do next, stuff like that, my next video will be a video on starting the game and how to practice before you find models. So for example, if you build a list and you want to try it out, actually using cardboard cutouts, pieces of paper, anything you can find, just to roll some dice to see how they perform before you commit to spending a lot of money, because this game is very expensive. That's one thing you can't deny. But just to allow you to be able to practice before you purchase, and then where to go once you have the models. So those videos are coming up, including a battle report where I basically use cardboard cutouts, little pieces of paper with writing on them. It's not an in-depth one, it's just simple. This is how you would go about testing models before you buy them. From there, I'm doing a 500-point Space Marine army, or list. It's very basic, very simple. I'm going to be walking through the steps I take to building that 500-point list, teaching things like how to prime, how to do some very basics with green stuff, how to do some basic conversions, how to use models in different ways. For example, some basic orc models, you can simply put them on some cork to make it look like they're walking up, which completely changes their pose. And just some basics along that lines. How to prime, in case people new to the hobby are interested in learning how I prime, what type of primer I use, what type of paints, different methods of how to dry brush and washes and stuff like that. There's obviously a lot of videos about this online, but just simply my take on easy ways to do it, and just step by step how to go through a basic 500-point list. When that's finished, I'm going to send up another video asking for YouTube viewers' help to help me pick the next 500. And I'm going to continue doing that until basically I don't have any models to paint. So there will be limitations. For example, I don't own a lot of Grey Knights or Dark Eldar, so I can't really do a 500-point list on them. But I've got Space Marines. I have a lot of points in Space Marines, but I don't play Space Wolves. But if someone wanted to learn tactics or anything about Space Wolves, they could comment on Space Wolves and I could do a similar list for my Marine chapter, which I'll get into at a later date. So this is my update. This is my Happy New Year to you. Thank you for watching, and there will be many more videos to come. Bye.